This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. So it has been a very long time. Over 9 months. Over 10 months, I think, even. Since I last played, streamed, and recorded this. And uploaded videos of this to YouTube. My playthrough series had 93 parts, and then it just suddenly ended because I stopped playing, I stopped streaming, I stopped YouTubing. And now, all of these months later, I am finally picking it back up. There are some changes. This is not actually the exact same playthrough that I was playing. That playthrough was lost. I needed to start the game over again, from the beginning. I didn't want to record and stream the whole rest of the game again after I'd already done that, and, you know, there were already videos of all of that, so I just played it on my own. And I got back up to the same point in the game where I was previously. I have done all of the exact same quests. I have gone through the exact same number of levels in the Mega Dungeon. I have done every single side quest that I had done in the other playthrough. I have not done any of the things I didn't do in the other playthrough. I have moved up to the same point, narratively and in terms of game completion. So in that sense, the game is continuing now. The playthrough is continuing now right from where it left off. However, it's not exactly the same. There are some changes. The first change is that I'm playing a different character now. My previous character was Seraphina, a Ocean Folk Cipher. I'm not playing that character anymore. Now I'm playing Katie, a Wood Elf rogue from the White That Wends. I have not made all of the exact same decisions in all of the quests and dialogues. I've made some different decisions. Mostly, things have played out the same way. I mean, I allied with the Dozens again, just like I did in the previous playthrough. Really major plot-changing decisions like that, I've made the same decisions that I made before. But a lot of other ways, small things, I've made different choices. And so the narrative, if there are things that are reflective of choices I've made in the past, they may not perfectly line up with the choices I had made in the previous playthrough. This character, in my mind, is sort of a savage barbarian type. She's from the White That Wends, which is sort of the savage polar area. And I sort of see her a little bit like Conan the Barbarian in her personality in some ways. Not really the Conan of the movies and stuff, but the one of the original Robert E. Howard stories. Very clever character, and yet very sort of barbaric as well. As you can see, the reputations I've amassed on this character are stoic and aggressive mainly, also honest, and a tiny bit rational, which are different than the ones I had on Seraphina. Most of these reputations, these alliances, are pretty much just the same because I've made friends with the same factions and I've made enemies with the same factions. I've gone through and I have done the same quests, all the same quests that I finished in the other playthrough, including one of the bounties. I just did the one bounty, now Render Wise, which is the same one I did before. Other quests, there was one quest that popped up that I got in this playthrough that I was never able to get in the other one for some reason. I think it was bugged or something way back then. It was a quest called The Final Act, which was a quest in Defiance Bay to investigate some disappearances. I never got that quest in the other playthrough, so that is the only one quest that I've done on this playthrough that I didn't do on the other. But other than that, it's all the same. Now, there's new stuff here, because there have been patches and expansions and things added. There's a new quest that has appeared here, sending me back to my stronghold, and I've upgraded everything on the stronghold just like I did in the other. There's also a prestigious visitor waiting at my stronghold. Gata, an Animancer, has requested an audience with you. And I saved this. I didn't go back, because when you go and talk to these visitors that come to you now in your keep, there's a whole little scene that happens, a little dialogue, and you make a decision. So I saved this to do during this actual playthrough on recording, but all this stuff is upgraded just like before. I'm using the same party as before. Adair, Pallegina, Canna, Durance, and the Grieving Mother. Same NPCs that I had in my party the last time. The only thing that's different is my main character. Instead of being a Cipher, it's now a rogue. With a different personality. The other big change is, and this is pretty major, this may turn some people off. When I knew I had to restart the game from the beginning and play through it the whole way, I did not feel up to playing through it again on Path of the Damned. I wasn't highly motivated to play it at all. As I got further and further and further into it, I got more into it and more liking the playing. But at first, I wasn't really very motivated. So I actually played through most of this playthrough that led up to this point on easy. Or actually, then the new story time mode came out, and I played through on that just so I could get through it quickly. Then, toward the end, I switched it over to hard, which is the hardest I'm allowed to switch it over to now. I can't put it on Path of the Damned, because it won't let you switch to that in the middle of a playthrough. So now I'm playing on hard, and it's my intention to play through the rest of this entire game on hard, which is not as hard as Path of the Damned. So the playthrough, the 93 parts before this with Seraphina were played on Path of the Damned, and people that were watching may have been watching because it was on Path of the Damned, and now it's going to be continuing only on hard, which may not be the best for some people. I'm sorry about that. It's the closest thing I can come, and it will be a little easier. The combats will go a little faster. There will be a little bit less tactical depth and complexity in the encounters and so forth, but I'm just going to live with that. And I'm more playing it through the rest of the way to see the rest of the story anyway than I am to beat all the encounters on Path of the Damned. So that's a pretty major change in the playthrough, as well as the main character changing. Other than that, we're pretty much picking up from where we left off. There is one thing I did not do. Here I am in Elm's Reach, which is where the last episode left off. But in the last episode, I crossed this bridge. And I went over here and I talked to the Delmgen sisters. And there was a long, important plot story-related conversation that basically started off the whole next part of the story. I have chosen not to cross the bridge and talk to them yet, because I am planning to leave here and go do some other stuff, and it may be a while before I come back to this point. And I thought it would be better if I had that important story-driving conversation later, right before I'm about to do the stuff related to that, rather than now and have 20 hours or 30 hours or who knows how many of gameplay between and have it sort of all be forgotten. So eventually you will see me cross this bridge and have that conversation again, which will be essentially repeated content from, hey Maz, good to see ya, which will essentially be repeated content from the previous video, but it's going to be many hours from now probably, and that's the only thing that I'm repeating in this playthrough from the other playthrough, is just that one conversation.
I could assume you're wasting my time, but I'd like to believe you're simply holding me in reserve for some cunning stratagem.
So Pallegina is apparently getting impatient. So this is my party. My character's a rogue that uses warbows. And then of course the same party that I had before. They're not all using the exact same gear that they were before or so forth, but they are, you know, roughly the same. Have I done an overview of my character since I restarted the playthrough? Yeah, I just basically did that, more or less. I mean, the only character that's really different is my main character, who's a rogue. And she's a pretty standard rogue. I mean, she uses bows and she shoots people and does lots of damage. She's very stealthy and mechanic-y for finding secret stuff and disarming traps and whatnot. So, that's it, really. I'm using one mod on the game now, which is a mod that makes your movement speed in scouting mode the same as your movement speed in normal mode. Because here's the characters running back and forth, da 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 da, and then I go into scouting mode, and as you can see, they move the exact same speed. Whereas normally they move very slow. So I've modded the game to where that is not the case, because I was sick of watching the characters crawl across the screen. Because I like to be in scouting mode almost all the time when I'm going to any kind of new place, because I can find hidden stuff and find the traps and sneak up on the enemies and all that kind of good stuff. So I've done everything in this area on this side that I had done before. I just haven't crossed the bridge. So, looking at what we've got to do, we have the main quest, which is cross the bridge and talk to the Dilemgan sisters. We're not doing that yet. We're putting that off. We have 3 more bounties that I haven't done. And I've completed 8 levels of the Endless Paths of Adnua, just like I had before, which leaves 7 more levels to go. This is a new quest. This was added in the most recent patch. A call to court. A messenger from the Ducal Palace in Defiance Bay has arrived at Cadnua. Speak to the messenger in your Great Hall at Cadnua. A messenger from the Ducal Palace is waiting for you in your Great Hall at Cadnua. So that's a quest we can do. It's brand new. It didn't exist in the game before. Another quest that's brand new that didn't exist is Durgan's Battery, because this is part of the White March expansion, which has 2 parts, which I do have installed. A letter has arrived at Cadnua, addressed to its new ruler. The steward believes it may present an interesting opportunity. Speak to the steward. The steward has requested my presence at Cadnua, as she has a matter of some importance to discuss. So obviously I saved these 2 quests to do here on stream, because I didn't want to obviously do new stuff in my, while I wasn't recording it. So these things are ready to be done. Other than that, these are the same exact quests I had left over in the old playthrough. Return to Radric's Hold and challenge undead Radric. And then these 3 quests are all involved right here in the Act 3 area where I am. So this is a quest I can actually continue right here where I am that I didn't continue before. If you'll remember, Seamok, Anamfath of the 3-Tusked Stelgar, has led his tribe for nearly 200 years, but he has failed to produce offspring with souls fit to succeed him. Seamok confided his fears that his tribe, which defends the Glanfathan border, will grow weak without aggressive leadership. However, he told me he's found a way to endow his next child with a stronger soul. Trick Seamok into drinking the poison. So he wanted me to go fetch this Orlan child from a house in southeast Hearthsong. Anamfath Seamok is fostering a daughter of the Fisher Crane's Anamfath. He's asked me to bring her to keep her word of the Ethignoll for a ritual that will allow him to consume her essence. The child is in a house by the river. Seamok has arranged for her to be left unattended. Seamok admitted that the ritual will involve sacrificing the child. Seamok's son Lyris confronting me about his father's plan. He asked me to poison Seamok instead. I can obtain a suitable poison from Bledha, one of the Ovates of the Golden Grove. So last time, and also the same in my current playthrough, I refused to do this. He wanted us to steal the child and have the child blood sacrificed in order to steal the child's soul, essentially, and put it into one of his sons, which we refused to do, because that's some evil-ass shit. We then went to this Bledha. I convinced Bledha to give me a rather potent poison. Since Seamok's already expecting a potion, I should be able to dupe him to drinking this. While I already have the poison, I can still take the baby and bring her to Rurda and Blood Sands to follow through with Seamok's plan. So we have the poison. We left that out. We had just done that in the previous playthrough. We had gotten the poison and we hadn't done anything with it yet. And I'm at the same place here. I have the poison, haven't done anything with it yet. So I think the first thing we're going to do in this playthrough is go back and try to get Seamok to drink this poison, since it's right here. This is where he is. Hello, Davidicus. Finished the game 2 nights ago, but was kind of upset. Why were you upset? Unless the answer is a spoiler, in which case I don't want to know. You just didn't like the ending, or what? Upset because you didn't know that you have to do both expansions before you finish the main game. Ah, yeah, see, I looked into that a little bit myself. And yeah, you can't do the expansions after you finish the main story. In fact, it's recommended that you go do them earlier, before you even do some of the later content at all, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. As soon as I'm done with this one quest here in Elm's Reach, I'm going to go and start the expansion first thing before I do anything else. Because that's what was advised to me to do, and from what I've read, that seemed like the best idea. So let's go in here and see if we can convince Seamok. One more thing that might be a little different from the other playthrough is, as you know, if you watched the other videos or streams, I read every bit of the text aloud, and I also do my own sort of amateurish voice acting for all the characters and conversations. Some of that may be different now. I'm not going to try to voice act exactly the same way for each character that I did before, because I don't remember how I did them before. So any voice acting I try to do for characters now will be completely new, and it may sound different from the way I did that character before, or whatever. You have to start all over again now just to play the X-Packs? Well, couldn't you just load an earlier save and do them? Yeah, I would have started the expansions packs a little bit earlier in this playthrough, but I wanted to get back to the same point I was at before. Now, the first thing I'm going to do before I do any of this stuff, before I continue the main story, I'm going to go and do Durgan's Battery and do the White March stuff first. And then come back and do all of the main game stuff. That's my plan. Alright, so let's see if we can convince Seamok to drink this poison. You may try a Path of the Damned run. I played on Path of the Damned all the way up to this point in the game before, when it first came out. This time I'm only playing on hard, but Path of the Damned was pretty tough sometimes, definitely. But it was fun. I mean, it was interesting having it be so challenging, you know. Alright, so here we go. Seamok. Seamok crosses his arms over his scarred chest. Something else. I can tell him that Lyris asked me to kill him. Give Seamok the poison. Here is the potion you asked for. He looks from the vial in your hand back to you. Something's wrong. His eyes narrow. What are you trying to give me? Uh-oh, I don't have sufficient... Man, intellect 19. My intellect is 18, but apparently that's not quite good enough. I might get in a fight right here. This might not be good. This is distilled essence, really. He rushes into you with a cry of rage. Oh shit. I don't like the fact that my character is right here in danger. She's very much a glass cannon. I try to keep her back out of the mix because she will get her ass kicked very quickly. Her constitution is like 4. So, first thing she's gonna do... Apparently we're not quite in combat yet, which is frustrating. We are not in a good position for this fight at all. This is very bad. I wasn't expecting to get in a fight here. Alright, she's gonna use her little escape ability. Escape all the way over here. He's gonna move up into the mix. And he's gonna try to use Into the Fray on Seamok. Palagina's got... Oh my god, that is a lot of enemies. We're in trouble. Where's Palagina? She's there. Alright, go over here and attack this guy. I'm gonna try to move some of these characters in here, out of the way a little bit. Yeah, my character's already getting rocked. Is she escaping? Are we doing that? Alright. Wow. This is a fucking mess. Grieving Mother is over there for some reason. Alright, she needs to stand and deliver. I'm gonna drop a silent scream on... Right on Seamok, I guess. I'm gonna move Adair down here to try to intercept all these guys. I still haven't managed to escape, have I? Where the fuck? This was the worst possible way I could have started a fight. Like, if I'd have known I would have gotten in a fight, I would have moved Adair up in here by himself, and all my characters would have been, like, down here or something. That's the way I would normally have done it. Where the fuck is... Man, there's a lot of bullshit on my screen right now. That's Grieving Mother. Where's Pallegina? She's here. Alright, what's... Seamok is obviously raging or something. Yeah, that's why his health is concealed. She's just gonna get right on him with some fiery flames of devotion. You know, this looks like a hard fight. I might go ahead and pull out all the stops here. So let's summon some shit. Let's summon some shit. Let's go ahead and do an interdiction on everybody here. She's still trying... She still hasn't done shit. Silent Scream, yo. Put it on this lady, I guess, since you're not doing anything else. And Katie is still... I don't know where she is. She was... Oh, she's over here? That's not quite where she was supposed to go. Look, she's getting crushed already. Alright, let's have her vanish. She's dead. Well, down. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to reload and do this a little different way, because this was not the way to start this fight. This was not the way. Looks fun, yeah. And I'm only on hard. If I was on Path of the Damned, holy shit. I can't even see where anyone is. I wish when I hit this button that made all the names pop up, it would also make the names of my characters pop up, because they kind of get lost. Alright, here we have some beetles. Oh, there's Adair. Get in here and... This is bad news. It's really bad news. Knock somebody down. Is she... killing this guy? She's working on it. Okay. He can't do anything, he only has 2 chance. He can just shoot somebody. Shoot that woman with the spell casting over there. Let's go ahead and cast something here. Should I try to revive her? I probably should. Where is she? Where's her body? Just cast it on her portrait and hope that... Oh! Grieving Mother's down too! That's rad. Okay. We're gonna die. There's no way we can do it, I mean, I've handled all the fights, like, no problem up till this point. But I never would have started this fight this way if I'd have known there was gonna be a fight. To be surrounded by so many enemies with all my party just right there in danger. And my main character, she can't be getting hit. Like, her whole thing is she has to stay back, and then she can do lots of damage, but... having her right up in front, right in front of the boss when it starts? No good. Alright, she just got revived. Let's have her fucking disappear. And can she just get out of here? She can't move, she's trapped in there, so let's have her start dropping some pain. Where's Seamok? Let's get him with a little bit of withering shot, which should also benefit from backstab since she's close and invisible. But there's over here not even caring. He's like not even been touched, but there's not a lot he can do. That's into the fray, that person. Pallegina. Keep killing Seamok. Alright, I could summon some skeletons now. Or I could save up. Or I could do a paralyzing or a stunning cone. But it's not a very big cone. I should save up till he has 4 so he can do the big paralyzed cone. So he should just keep shooting her. Oh, actually, Pallegina can revive also. She could revive the Grieving Mother. He's gonna cast something. Let's knock some people down. Alright. Kitty's not in a good way. And we need to hobble him again. Alright, Adair's over here. Oh, are the beetles doing any work? Or are they just fucking around? I have AI completely off, so if I don't specifically tell characters what to do at every given moment, they don't do anything. Adair's just gonna fight, guys. Alright, here we go. I have 4 of these things, so I can do the big paralyze cone. Let's move him up slightly. Let's do the big paralyze cone right here. That might help us. Katie's getting killed again. She's going to literally die. That's not great. She only has 43 actual health left. Come on, blind him. Blind him. Pallegina is doing nothing. She needs to do something. She needs to kill this fucker. Paralyzed cone is going off. He's not doing anything. Let's drop a large searing seal down right here. Alright, she's back up. She can maybe finally silent scream some guys. Let's put it right here in the middle so that it gets as many people as possible. Alright, Katie's dead. She's dead. It's not good. That's the first time that's happened in the entire playthrough. I don't know that we can win this the way we... I thought the pre-built companions were fine. I mean, yeah, they're not built optimized, of course, but I thought they were fine through everything. Even on Path to the Dam, they worked okay. You just had to be very tactical, but like this situation here is no bueno. It's not so much that the fight is too hard, it's just the way I started the fight. It sort of ruined my... Alright, let's blind some people with Eye Bite. Everybody else seems to be doing something. Pallegina's gonna pop her second wind real quick. Adair's basically keeping all these people busy. He should kill this guy. Keep shooting the Wilder woman. Let's drop a pillar of holy fire over here. Let's drop an eye bite there too. That pillar of holy fire put in work. Good job, Durance. Alright, keep killing. Seamok is still fucking alive. That is unacceptable. Kill him. Kill him. How about a blessing? I can do that as an encounter. She's not doing great. Drop a second one on herself. And shoot Seamok. Blessings off. Let's, Armor of Faith. Where the hell is she? Oh, she's up in the mix. Because why wouldn't she be? She's not really supposed to be up in the mix either, but she's... Oh, she's getting wrecked. Let's see if we can save her. Let's lay on hands. And she doesn't have anything she can do that's tricksy that will save herself, so... She could Jolting Touch someone. Who's killing her is the real question. All three of these people are hitting her, so that's not great. We can do another Paralyzed Cone, or I can save up one more chant to bring the ogres out. I think the Paralyzed Cone's the way forward. He's not in a good position for it, though, now. Alright, Durance, move over here. Kana, move over here. Oh, Kana just got himself destroyed with opportunity attacks. Or disengagement, that's my bad. Alright, let's just throw it here, then. GM is down. I could... I'll lay on hands him, then. Maybe we can still save him. Let's revive GM. Do we still have beetles? No, all the beetles are dead. Let's summon some more shit. Let's summon some spiders. Like, right down here. Keep some stuff busy. There, could you please kill something? He's like unfucking touched. I've got my Adair seriously beefed up. His defenses are amazing. So he's just a straight up beast. He just stands there and doesn't get hurt by anyone. Palagina has one more lay on hands. Let's use it. He's summoning spiders, right? Are we summoning spiders? Let's summon spiders. Okay. Alright, let's get a Holy Radiance going. Alright, we've got spiders out. Where's the woman casting spells down here? Her. Widowmaker, get her. Other spider, get her. Galagina's not doing anything. Alright, the health is coming up. Let's do Consecrated Ground. Galagina, is Seamok still alive or did we get him? He's not only alive, he's all healed up. That's rad. Okay, then just kill somebody. Where is she? I can't see shit. Oh, she's up at top. Okay. Just kill whatever's close by. She does a decent amount of damage, too. Maz says, how many times have I joined the stream just to hear something like, wow, this is the first time I've died so badly and horribly. I know, Maz! Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me, Maz? We're gonna sunbeam these cats down here. She really needs some fucking focus back. I need my focus back, focus back, focus back. She's got some focus back. I could try to charm somebody. Probably won't work on him. All these enemies have a shit ton of health left, too. If we can get that other healer down, then at least she'll stop healing people. Alright, Pallegina almost has this Stelgear killed. Alright, she does have it killed. Oh, God. Grieving Mother. Grieving Mother's getting worked. Just has too many people on her. Get on this guy. No, get on this one. She can't go anywhere else, she'll get instantly dropped. She's trying to eye bite some people. Maybe I can just charm this one that's kicking her ass so bad. Alright, it worked. So, oh, but she's down. We did charm him before we went, though. Alright. At least Adair is like, whatever. He hasn't even used his vigorous defense yet. He's just fine. Or his second wind. He hasn't used anything, really. He's just laughing. But then again, everybody else is getting their ass kicked, so how good of a job of tanking is he really doing? Well, again, I didn't get a chance to set the fight up the way I was supposed to. If I'd had him in here by himself, and everyone else would have been off somewhere in whatever corner they were the most far away from stuff, then all the initial enemies would have attacked him, and it would have gone much better. Which is how I usually start dialogues if I think they're going to lead to a fight, but I didn't think this was going to lead to a fight. Like, really, I shouldn't be killing these people. These are like citizens of this town that we're trying to be allied to, so murdering all these people is actually really bad. Tanks like Maz, it looks like. Yeah. Alright, here we go. It's time for the fucking ogres. No more bullshit. Ogre time, it is ogre time. Alright, let's get another heal going. Alright, the ogres are here. Wait, where'd they go? Did they just instantly disappear? Because that is not cool. And Adair just got worked by something. What just happened? Ogre has left the... Oh, Seamok just killed everybody. Killed the ogres. He did a ton of damage to Adair. What the shit? Hey. Hey. Alright, he should be fine now. Let's finish enemies off that we can finish off. Let's do one of these. We're getting there. We've got two of them near death. Alright, we're whittling them down. So, Palagina, get on this guy. Durance. Pillar of Faith, this dude. No, don't do that. Barbs of Condemnation, this guy. Let's try the ogres again.
I'm ready.
Alright, one ogre on Seamok. Other ogre. Help with this guy. Those ogres are fucking awesome. Just you left, Seamok, you motherfucker. Going down.
We've lost.
What the fuck is he even doing? This Heart of Fury ability, I don't know what it is, but it's godlike. He just uses it and everything around him dies. Look at the damage it did to them, plus it just killed the ogres outright. That is ridiculous. Alright. He is not in a good way. He's gonna pop a,
Someone.
she lets Sunbeam in. This is rough.
I'm ready.
Come on, Palagina, hang in there.
You can do it, gang! He's almost dead! You can do it. Another Sunbeam.
Did it just get quiet?
Yeah! So that was a fucking mess. Half my party is dead. But, you know, they're now maimed. I can't get in another fight or else they will permanently die. Wow! That could have gone so much smoother. Gained reputation with Twin Elms moderate, lost reputation with Ethignal extraordinary, gained reputation with Ove to the Golden Grove moderate. See, that's not really the way I wanted it to go down. I didn't want to have to kill all those people. I just wanted to poison Seamok. My attempt at poisoning Seamok failed and I was forced to kill him in combat instead. Well, shit. Everybody is in a bad way. We're gonna just go ahead and camp right now. Not allowed, of course it's not, yeah. If I walk out of this tent and get attacked, we're seriously fucked. Alright, what did they drop? We'll take that. Some milk. Well, it was all worth it. We got some milk.
Hello.
Well, now that we've done that, we're fucking looting. Oh, I'd made another decision on this character Despite the fact that my character's a rogue, for this playthrough I've done absolutely no stealing. Like anything that where this icon comes up where it would be stealing if you took it, I've done none. Now this, I'm not considering stealing though because we just killed these people. So I'm taking their shit. This is spoils of war now. But beyond that, I haven't stolen anything from anybody. Lyris looks you in the eye, gives you a slow nod, and then he begins the slow clap. Alright, Lyris. Yeah, I just butchered half of your fucking clan, dude. I mean, my bad and everything. But now that they're dealt with, I am gonna take their shit. That's... Right of Ancient Legends. I don't see a need for that. We'll just stick it in the... That's the very first time I've ever used potions in this game. In this playthrough, anyway. I used a few in the Path of the Damned, but I've literally never used a potion until this fight. So... yeah. First time I've had characters be maimed. This is the first time in the game anybody but Katie has ever gone down in combat. She went down a few times in the beginning because I would always have her pull stuff and she would get the initial aggro and like a couple hits would drop her because she had no health in the beginning. Virtue guides your hand, Karev. I don't know what that means, but thanks, I guess. Alright, let's go out of here and hope that nobody attacks us. I better quick save. Let's check out the loot real quick. This was the one piece of named loot we got. She needs to put her hat on. It's a stupid looking hat, but she needs to wear it. Thy Clef. This impressively large shield boasts a relief of Dev Clef, an important Glanfathan landmark. Dev Clef was the site of a brutal battle between the Glanfathans and the Deerwoodens during the tumultuous period before the 10 Years' treaties were signed. The crags and caves along the cliffs provided the Glanfathans with plentiful cover from which to stage their attacks against Deerwooden forces, allowing them to duck out of sight the moment a threat emerged. Given this natural advantage, the Glanfathans succeeded in driving the Deerwoodens from the region. Alright, so it's an exceptional large shield, 10% of crits to hits. That's probably better than what he's using. He's using Ilfan Birnagar's Solace. I think if he switches to this... yeah, he does gain some deflection out of it. So he'll use this. Nobody else in my party actually ever uses a shield, really. But he has it as a backup in case. She's carrying a shield, but she never uses it. She has two different greatswords with different enchantments on them. Just like I have two different bows with different enchantments on them. Alright, let's go out here and... see if we get butchered by the rest of the city. I'm hoping no. That was a mess. That fight did not go the way it should have gone. I guess the people out here don't give a fuck. They're like, we heard the sound of you slaughtering, you know, almost the whole Three-Tusk Stelgar clan in there, but we don't care. Yeah, we've already talked to this guy. He's the one that claims he slew the thing, and the other guy went off in exile, but that's like a dodgy story that doesn't seem like it's true, and I suspect I'm gonna find out that he had something to do with the other guy's death, because that's just how it seems to be going. I've never met an Estremor before, says the child. Alright, well, I think we're done here. Sacrificial Bloodlines is complete. Ethic Null does not like me, they consider me a troublemaker. I'm also about to hit level 11. Twin Elms, though, they kind of like me. So we're leaving. We're going back to our fortress. because the only other thing to do here is cross this bridge. And we're not ready to cross that bridge yet. We're gonna do that after we come back from the expansion and all that stuff. We're limping home with 1 hit point. Alright, so back to Cadnua. I'm surprised we even managed to finish that fight, given how badly it started. You'll see, though. You'll see. When I start fights on my own terms, they go much better. You'll see. I say that now, watch. The Maz effect is going to infest and corrupt my entire game. Every fight's going to go horribly. There's a supplicant here. If ignored, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, send escort. You can go with Sagani. So we have a few things to do now that we're back at the Stronghold. We're going to talk to Gaeta, this Animancer who's requested an audience with us. We are also going to talk to this messenger that's showed up from the Ducal Palace. And we are also going to talk to our steward and start the Durgan's Battery quest, which is the beginning of the expansion content. But the first thing we're going to do is fucking rest. I always take the Artificer's Hall bonus. Just because more mechanics is good. I don't like not being able to disarm
quiet
stuff.
as a calm sea, which is...
Alright, so we're back to healthy. We'll head in. That turned out to be much bloodier than I was expecting the beginning of this to go. I thought I was going to go in there and have a little conversation, and then come on back to the Stronghold. I didn't know I was going to be embroiled in a bitter fight to my life. Fight for my life. That was the most peril we've been in the entire playthrough. Okay, so here's Gaeta, we need to talk to her. Here's the messenger, we need to talk to her. And there's my steward, I need to talk to her. So we're going to have all of those conversations. Let's quickly check the loot in the chest here. Primal Water, Zorb, Time, Growth Spell. Okay, I just looted this right before I... So that's why there's not much in there right now. Let's sell this guy some stuff. All these things that we just picked up are for sale. The most peril, what a coincidence, I know. The Maz peril, one might say. The Maz peril. We have a lot more money than I had on the other game. I think I've spent less money on stuff this time. Alright, so we will start with Gaeta, but we're gonna do all this conversations here in the Stronghold in our next episode. That's gonna do it for this one. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.